If you are hearing this broadcast, do not trust the streets after dark. Do not answer voices calling your name. And whatever happens, never let them see your eyes. It took them only 6 days to end civilization. On day 1, we thought they came in peace. On day 2, the power grids collapsed. On day 3, entire cities disappeared. By day 6, humanity was no longer at the top of the food chain. Now the survivors hide underground like rats, while the controlled roam above us like the dead. This is not a story about winning. This is a story about surviving long enough to see tomorrow. Nobody believed the warnings. Scientists had detected strange signals from deep space nearly 11 months before the invasion. Governments dismissed them as cosmic interference. Then the ships arrived. Not one, not 10, thousands. They appeared silently over every major city on Earth at exactly 3:17 p.m. New York, Tokyo, London, Sydney, Dubai, Lagos, Moscow, São Paulo. Massive black triangular ships hanging in the sky like artificial moons. At first, there was no attack, no lasers, no explosions, no communication, only silence. And that silence terrified humanity more than war itself. Then the broadcasts began. Every television, every radio, every phone, every device. A low-frequency sound spread across the planet. People collapsed in the streets. Some screamed. Others bled from their ears. And then the first wave changed. Those infected became something else. Not dead, not alive, controlled. The survivors called them the Hollowood. They wandered streets in groups, silent, emotionless, eyes glowing under darkness. But when they sensed uninfected humans, they became violent, like hunting animals. Military forces tried to fight back. Missiles struck the alien ships. Nothing happened. The ships absorbed every impact. Then the sky opened, and the harvest began. Day 1. The world still believed governments were in control. Emergency broadcasts told citizens to stay indoors. Curfews were established. Military vehicles filled highways. Then entire communication satellites vanished from orbit. The internet died. Banking systems failed. Power grids collapsed across continents. By midnight, panic buying had emptied every store. Day 2. The Hollowed multiplied. Nobody understood how the infection spread. Some believed it was airborne. Others thought eye contact triggered it. Entire apartment complexes turned overnight. Families locked themselves inside homes. But the Hollowed would stand outside for hours, waiting, not speaking, just staring. Day 3, the aliens finally revealed themselves. They were over 8 feet tall, thin, black armored skin, limbs bending unnaturally, no visible mouths, only glowing vertical eyes. They moved silently. Bullets barely slowed them. When they touched humans, strange black veins spread beneath the skin. Those people disappeared within hours. Day 4, governments fell. Military command centers went dark. World leaders vanished. Cities became graveyards. Cars abandoned highways. Bodies filled train stations. Entire suburbs burned through the night. The survivors learned one horrifying truth. The aliens were not invading Earth. They were farming it. Day 5. Survivor groups formed underground. Subways, sewers, bunkers, abandoned mines. People stopped trusting strangers. Food became currency. Silence became survival. The streets belonged to the Hollowed. Day 6. The red storms began. Massive electrical storms covered the skies permanently. Sunlight disappeared behind black clouds. The aliens activated towering structures across Earth. No one knew their purpose. But after the towers activated, more humans became hollowed. The survivors realized Earth itself was changing. Year 2 after the fall, humanity now survives beneath its own ruins. Deep below, destroyed cities, hidden colonies struggle to stay alive. Old subway systems became underground villages. Thousands live in darkness. Children born underground have never seen the sun. Every survivor settlement follows strict rules. Never travel alone. Never make noise after curfew. Never use bright light near tunnel entrances. Never trust anyone recently rescued from the surface. If someone hears the whispers, isolate them immediately, because the whispers always come first. The aliens communicate through low-frequency sounds. Victims hear voices calling them upward, calling their names, promising safety. Most who follow the voices never return. The underground settlements survive through scavenging missions. Teams travel to the surface searching for canned food, batteries, medicine, fuel, clean water filters, ammunition. Every mission risks death, or worse, control. One of the largest survivor shelters exists beneath an abandoned subway station known as Terminus. Nearly 400 people live there. The walls are reinforced with scrap metal. Generators provide weak electricity. Food is rationed carefully. Nobody eats without contributing. Former engineers repair old machinery. Doctors operate using stolen hospital supplies. Children are trained to hide at the sound of alarms. Sleep is dangerous, because sometimes the Hollowed gather above the tunnels, listening. The surface world is no longer human. Buildings stand empty. Nature slowly consumes abandoned cities. Cars rust beneath endless rain. But the streets are never truly empty. The Hollowed wander endlessly, thousands of them. They move slowly during daylight, but at night, they become hunters. Nobody fully understands how the aliens control them. Some survivors believe the Hollowed remain conscious inside their bodies, trapped, watching, unable to stop themselves. Others think their humanity is completely gone, but one thing terrifies everyone. The Hollowed always travel toward sound. A dropped can, a cough, a flashlight click. Any noise can summon hundreds. Scavenger teams often find horrifying scenes. Entire families frozen in place. People chain themselves to walls before turning. Messages written in blood. Don't let them take your mind. Some Hollowed still carry fragments of memory. They stand outside former homes. They hold broken toys. They stare through windows for hours. But when the alien signal intensifies, they attack with terrifying speed. The streets themselves became psychological warfare. Every corner hides movement. Every shadow feels alive. And above it all, the alien ships continue watching silently from the sky. Not every enemy comes from the streets. Something else lives underground. Survivors call them the listeners. Humans partially affected by alien influence. They hear the whispers constantly. At first they seem normal, then paranoia begins. Sleep disappears. They start drawing strange symbols. They speak unknown languages while unconscious. Eventually they become obsessed with the surface. Many sabotage underground shelters, opening gates, disabling generators, leading Hollowed into safe zones. Entire survivor colonies have vanished overnight because of one listener. This forced survivor communities to create brutal laws. If someone begins hearing whispers, they are exiled, no exceptions. Families beg leaders for mercy, children cry, friends turn against friends. But everyone knows hesitation means death, because once the aliens enter a mind, they never truly leave. Our story follows a scavenger unit known as Ghost Team. 5 survivors responsible for dangerous supply runs. Caleb, former firefighter, leader, haunted by losing his family during the first invasion wave. Maya, former nurse, calm under pressure, keeps the group alive medically. Riker, ex-military sniper, silent, distrusts everyone. Lena, young engineer born underground, never seen natural sunlight. Eli, teenager rescued from the surface, the only survivor found alone among hollowed territory. Some believe Eli may be immune. Others think he carries something dangerous. Ghost Team receives a mission: travel to a destroyed government laboratory outside the city, retrieve hard drives containing pre-collapse research. Rumors claim scientists discovered the aliens' weakness before humanity fell. But reaching the lab means crossing 10 miles of hollowed territory at night. Rain pours endlessly, lightning reveals destroyed skyscrapers. Ghost Team moves silently through abandoned streets. The city feels dead until movement appears. Hundreds of hollowed standing motionless in intersections, watching. The team avoids eye contact, moves carefully, uses hand signals only. Then Eli hears whispers, soft, close, calling his name. He freezes. Suddenly, every hollowed turns toward the group simultaneously. The chase begins. The hollowed sprint unnaturally fast through streets, climbing cars, breaking windows. Ghost Team barely escapes into an underground parking structure, but inside, something worse waits. An alien harvester, massive, towering, connected to human bodies suspended from the ceiling. The creature communicates through vibrations, and the suspended humans are still alive. Barely. Ghost Team realizes the horrifying truth. The aliens are not simply controlling humanity. They are transforming humans into biological transmitters. Earth is becoming a giant hive. Ghost Team reaches the laboratory. Inside, they discover recorded footage from before civilization collapsed. Scientists discover the aliens are vulnerable to specific sound frequencies. A global signal could disrupt the hive mind, but activating it would require reaching the central alien tower, located in the heart of the ruined city. A mission almost impossible. As Ghost Team debates what to do, Eli begins hearing the whispers again. Stronger. He realizes why he survived. The aliens allowed it. He was never immune. He was chosen. Outside the laboratory, thousands of hollowed gather silently, waiting. The sky darkens. Alien ships descend lower than ever before. Humanity believed monsters would come from the stars with fire and destruction. Instead, they came quietly. They took our cities, our minds, our future. And now the last survivors hide beneath the bones of the old world, waiting for a sunrise they may never see again. But as long as even one human still resists, Earth is not completely lost. To any survivors receiving this transmission, we found another settlement beyond the northern wastelands. They have weapons, they have aircraft, and they claim they captured one of the aliens alive. But they are coming. If you hear this, run.